Good afternoon, everyone. It's Miss Kim from the Martinsburg Boys and Girls Club. Today we're going to read chapters 9 and 10 of Magic Treehouse, Nights at Dawn. And when we left off, the knight was staring down at Jack and Annie from atop his big black horse. And then, they just got out of the moat. And got away from the castle. They found the secret tunnel. So they've been on quite the adventure. So let's see where chapters 9 and 10 take us today, okay? So chapter 9, Under the Moon. Jack froze. "It's him," Annie whispered. The knight held out his gloved hand. "Come on, Jack." "Where are you going?" said Jack. "He wants to help us." "How do you know?" "I can just tell." Annie stepped toward the horse. The knight dismounted from the horse. The knight picked Annie up and put her on the back of his horse. "Come on, Jack," she called. Jack moved slowly toward the knight. It was like a dream. The knight then picked him up too, placed Jack on the horse right behind Annie. Then the knight got on the horse behind them. He slapped the reins. The black horse cantered beside the moonlight water of the moat. Jack rocked back and forth in the saddle. The wind blew his hair. He felt brave and very powerful. He felt as if he could ride forever on this horse with this mysterious knight, over the ocean, over the world, over the moon. A hawk shrieked in the darkness. "There's the treehouse," said Annie. She pointed toward a grove of trees. The knight steered the horse towards the trees. "See, there it is," Annie said, pointing to the ladder. The knight brought his horse to a stop. He dismounted and then helped Annie down. "Thank you, sir," she said, as she bowed. Then Jack, "Thank you," he said, and he bowed also. The knight got back on his horse. He raised his gloved hand, then he slapped the reins and rode off through the mist. Annie started up the tall ladder. Jack followed. They climbed into the dark treehouse and looked out the window. The knight was riding toward the outer wall. They saw him go through the outer gate. Clouds started to cover the moon again. For a brief moment, Jack thought he saw the knight's armor gleaming on top of the hill beyond the castle. The clouds covered the moon completely. A black mist swallowed the land. "He's gone," whispered Annie. Jack shivered in his wet clothes as he kept staring at the blackness. "I'm cold," said Annie. "Where's the Pennsylvania book?" Jack heard Annie fumble in the darkness. He kept looking out the window. "I think this is it. I feel a silk bookmark." Jack was only half listening. He was hoping to see the knight's armor gleam along again in the distance. "Okay, I'm going to use this," said Annie, "because I think it's the right one. Here goes. Okay, I'm pointing. I wish we could go back to Frog Creek." Jack heard the wind begin to blow softly at first. "I hope I pointed at the right picture in the right book," said Annie. "What? Right picture? Right book?" The treehouse began to rock. The wind got louder and louder. "I hope it wasn't the dinosaur book," said Annie. "Stop!" Jack shouted at the treehouse. Too late. The treehouse started to spin. It was spinning and spinning. The wind was screaming. Then suddenly there was silence. Absolute silence. Chapter 10. One mystery solved. The air was warm. It was dawn. Far away, a dog barked. "I think that's Henry barking," Annie said. "We did come home." They both looked out the treehouse window. That was close. In the distance, streetlights lit their street. There was a light on in their upstairs window. "Uh-oh," said Annie. "I think Mom and Dad are up." "Hurry!" "Wait." In a daze, Jack unzipped his backpack. He pulled out the castle book. It was quite wet, but Jack placed it back with all the other books. "Come on, hurry," said Annie, scooting out of the treehouse. Jack followed down the ladder. They reached the ground and took off between the gray and black trees. They left the woods, ran down their deserted street. They got up to the yard, crept across the lawn, right up to the back door. Jack and Annie slipped inside the house. "They're not downstairs yet," whispered Annie. "Shh," said Jack. He led the way up the stairs and down the hall. No sign of his mom and dad, but he could hear water running in the bathroom. Their house was so different from the dark, cold castle, so safe and cozy and friendly. Annie stopped at her bedroom door. She gave Jack a smile, then disappeared into her room. Jack hurried into his room. He took off his damp clothes and pulled on his dry, soft pajamas. He sat down in his bed and unzipped his backpack. He took out his wet notebook. He felt around for the pencil, but his hand touched something else. Jack pulled the blue leather bookmark out of his pack. It must have fallen out of the castle book. Jack held the bookmark close to his lamp and studied it. The leather was smooth and worn. It seemed ancient. For the first time, Jack noticed a letter on the bookmark, a fancy M. Jack opened the drawer next to his bed. He took out the old gold medallion. He looked at the letter on it. It was the same M. Now this was an amazing new fact. Jack took a deep breath. One mystery solved. The person who had dropped the gold medallion in the time of the dinosaurs was the same person who owned all of the books in the treehouse. But who was this person? Jack placed the bookmark next to the medallion, and he closed the drawer. He picked up his pencil. He turned to the least wet page in his notebook and started to write down this new fact. But before he could draw the M, his eyes closed. He dreamed they were with the knight again, all three of them riding the black horse through the cool, dark night, beyond the outer wall of the castle, and up over a moonlit hill into the mist. Okay, guys, that's the end of A Night at Dawn. Nights at Dawn, Magic Treehouse Book 2. So what'd you think? Did you guys like that book? And let me know in the comments if you've met any knights. When my kids were little, they had a Renaissance fair at the school. So we got to see reenactment stuff from knights and court gestures, and it was really cool. Have you ever seen anything like that in person or on TV? Let me know how you guys are doing, and I hope you guys are doing great with back to school, and I hope you're staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll see you soon.